Hello, I'm David Alvarez, and thank you for tuning in to Coral Gables Television. Today on Coral Gables Now, we have some interesting new neighbors in the city. Snails are taking over. We'll tell you why they're here. A major milestone for Fairchild Tropical Botanic Garden as it breaks ground on a new science village.
More than 40 countries will be represented in Coral Gables. I'll tell you how on City News.
Plus, it's been battered by several hurricanes. We'll tell you what you can do to help restore this iconic Coral Gables landmark. And need help making decisions on Medicare and Medicaid issues? We'll tell you about a free senior services program that can help. Those stories and more coming up on Coral Gables Now. And welcome to Coral Gables Now. I am David Alvarez. One of the city's historic landmarks is in need of some TLC. We're talking about the Alhambra Water Tower. The structure is near and dear to the hearts of many residents, and in fact there is a grassroots movement to save it. With us today is Kendell Turner and Bruce Fitzgerald, who are kind of spearheading this movement to save the Alhambra Water Tower. Bruce and Kendell, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
So first, let's jump right into it. How often do you pass by the water tower?
Bruce?
Well, you live right there, so you're there probably every day. I'm there 2, 3, 4 times a week, you know, and it's, like you said, near and dear to our hearts.
And what have been your observations of it? I mean, you pass by it all the time, you live right by it. What have you seen?
Well, I had seen that the water tower just didn't look really good. It needed, like you said, some TLC. And the last time the water tower was worked on, they called it a restoration back in 1993. And that was, what, 18, 19 years ago?
Exactly.
So if the water tower really needs to be properly maintained. And if we didn't maintain our homes, the roof would start looking poorly, and the paint on the house would start looking bad, and you might see stucco, cracks in the stucco. So every time I would go by it, I would see this, and because I do live there, right near there, I am by the water tower usually more than once a day, and it really bothered me. And Roxy Bolton, who's a civic activist, used to have a house right near the water tower, and she and I were talking about it, and she had gone to the city manager, Patrick Salerno, and talked about what would be budgeted to repair the water tower.
And as with your expertise, I mean, Kendell, you just listed some of the things that were wrong. When you saw it, what did you see what did you observe that you were just like, this
I
isn't
wanted to
right?
cry, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you can see the mold on the walls, and it just, it's decaying, you know, just bit by bit by bit. And these landmarks are like our heritage. They're like the soul of the city. That's the way I think of them. And a city without soul, you know, I mean, where does that leave us?
Right. No, exactly.
So you have to just do something. And fortunately, we were able to get like-minded people to band together. And as you said, it's a grassroots movement for sure.
And there are a lot of people that are concerned. I mean, CGTV has gone to a lot of the events, and we see that people are very
come
passionate
out.
about it.
Yeah.
Very
Well,
passionate.
I think we're trying to tap into that. I mean, we have to, from a marketing perspective.
And now for the building, I know the city's committed $200,000, and then the partnership program has it's committed $20,000. How much more is needed to fully restore?
Well, what we have as a campaign goal is to raise $70,000. The city manager budgeted $200,000, but has a cost estimate of $255,000. So we decided to set a goal. We wanted to do something that was reasonable for ourselves, and then maybe be able to go beyond that later. So we figured if the cost estimate is $255,000, that's a $55,000 overrun, that we would figure there's going to be another overrun. We would raise $70,000. So at that point, what we did is we went to Vice Mayor Kurdyk, who started an initiative called Partnership, and told him the condition the water tower was in. I took him over there. So when you go up and you see it, you stand right there, then you can really see much more of the work that needs to be done. So when he saw it, and I also had taken all those photos to the city manager, and Bill Kurdike decided that he would have, Vice Mayor Kurdike decided that he would make this part of the Partnership Initiative. It sits in a park. So he has pledged $20,000. Then we wrote a grant proposal to the villagers, and we've been very happy to have received close to $6,000 from them. Then Bruce, you might want to tell him about the posters and the cards.
Yeah, because I hear you have some other ways now that you're raising money. You've had some artists help you out, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, so what do we have here? I know you have some cards here.
Let me share with you this our little theme here for the campaign, which is Save the Alhambra Water Tower. And the idea here was to make people kind of sit up and take notice, because everyone remembers it was once restored.
Right.
So it needs to be saved again? Yes. That's the underlying message, which got us to our theme: it deserves to be preserved. It really does deserve.
It does.
And if you see the condition it's in, and more people have been coming by to look at it, and they're thinking, this is a good cause. They can see it for themselves. So another thought we had was that this tower is itself a work of art. I mean, literally. Because of the painted application. So we came up with sort of a slogan, which is be part of the art of it, to get people involved. And all of these 8 artists, and there are others, have contributed these images of the water tower. I mean, they're photographs. This one was yeah. They're photographs. There are watercolor renderings. There are vintage photographs. And what we've done is package these as note cards. There are 8 of them. You want to? This is Tom Spain, right?
Tom Spain.
This is Diego Quiros. Yeah, look at that. It's magnificent.
They're all, and what's very interesting is they're all different perspectives on the
Yes.
Perspectives. Some of them are current. So this one is vintage. And then Amy Kutel, who's also on our committee, painted the water tower.
Wow.
So this is original. It's ours, and it's part of this package. And she also created posters, which we have for sale for $10 each, signed by the artist. And this is the poster.
Oh, it's very nice.